Oh, don't growl at me. Okay, that works. Can we make this smaller? Look at me getting all computerized. A little bit smaller. Can we drag this over? Maybe. Tallulah, stop licking me, dude. Please. Okay, that helps a little bit for me, at least. Oh, you know what? That's not going to work for you guys, though. So I need to adjust that. There we go. Gorgeous. I just wish this chat window sat inside the chat window. Good morning, Mary. How are you? Just waiting for people to arrive. Sorry I'm on late. I got a little bit sidetracked this morning. I was doing some changes to the YouTube channel. Good morning, Rose. Or I'm sorry, golf morning, Rose. Golf and Morkin, or whatever language that is. Golf Morkin. For those of you on YouTube that can't see, Rose had a typo and she put Goff morning, everyone. So it's Golf Morkin from Rose. Good morning, you guys. Good morning, Rose. Hey, Jamie Taylor. Good morning, Melissa Tucci. How are you? Where's Karen? Is she at work? Hey, Abby Drum. I'm gonna be late for church. You know what, Abby Drum? I'm a sinner. Sven saves sinners, it turns out. So I'm not going to church today. I got sucked into a rabbit hole this morning. I was on the phone with Ducky, and I was making changes. I'm saging the space right now because I'm running behind. I normally do this ahead of time. So we're doing it now live on TV. Y'all are getting a little sage, cleanse your aura via electronically. I got sucked down a rabbit hole making thumbnails for the new YouTube channel. Or not the new YouTube channel, the YouTube channel. So I would love it if you guys would go over there and look at them. They're really muted. I know that thumbnails are supposed to draw your attention and like grab with 4 words and like pictures of my face, but I'm not into that. So I went with a more muted kind of just stuff that felt more in line with me as a person. I changed the banner. I added some of my favorite channels on the side there so you guys can see some of the people that I follow that I like to watch their readings and how they read. So you guys can see sort of like just different suggestions that are out there, the people that I like. And I'm gonna shoot like an intro video for the channel, so like when new people show up to the channel, they can figure out who I am and what I'm about. And then I'm changing the listings on the dates because the dailies, I was talking to Ducky, the dailies kind of become a little bit obsolete after the day happens. I mean, granted, somebody may watch it later, or it might show up in their autoplay feature, and that's great. But you're gonna see now that they're all gonna be pink. They're gonna have that pink thumbnail, so you know that that's the daily, and it's gonna lead with the date versus all the other words. So you can see, oh, it's September 29th, and tap on it, open it up, and watch it if you're watching it late. Like some of my people watch late, like in the day, like Linda Rose or... So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier, a little bit cleaner. I want the YouTube channel to be a space that's like peaceful feeling. That's what I'm going for. And I know that the thumbnails, the suggestion was to make like eye-grabbing thumbnails that really grab people's attention. But I don't want to draw those kind of people in. I want to draw in people that are curious, that go, wow, that looks peaceful. I feel peaceful. I feel in line with that color scheme, that peacefulness. I want to walk in here and tap this video. That's what I'm trying to pull. Does that make sense? I don't want people that want like crazy, like, oh my God, your ass is gonna fall off, predictions. You know, like, no, that's not who I am. So I've also changed the channel banner. The artwork, that was the sunlight through, which was a great picture, but we could never get the full picture in that I really wanted in there. It was like this hybrid thing that I sort of jimmy rigged to get in there. And I changed it to something that's a little bit more pretty. You'll have to go look at the YouTube channel to see. But for those of you that watch me on TV, there's like a little added surprise to it, and that's why I love it. So if you watch on a bigger screen, you're going to see a bigger version of that picture and understand furthermore what that picture is, if that makes sense. Good morning, Ducky. Good morning, Kelly Kemp. Good morning, Anne Marie. Good morning, Pink Oracle. I don't know what you're talking about, Mary Lyman. So, hey Marita, good morning. So yeah, so there's been changes over at the YouTube channel, and there are going to continue to be changes as I sort of clean things up. The other thing too is when I look at the grid, there's all of these different pictures of my face, and I just feel like it's weird. Not that I don't like myself, I just want something more clean and concise and peaceful. So when people come to the YouTube channel, they're like, I think maybe it's Rebecca's fault, Rebecca Thoughts. You know, like I'm looking at her Instagram and how gorgeous it is and how calming and soothing it is. And that's really what I want to sort of create with my YouTube channel. You'll know that by looking at the different, I'm thinking, this is my idea, I don't know if it's right, but we'll see how it works out. With the different thumbnails, you'll know what the content is. So an unboxing, well, you'll see the thumbnail for the content. I put my last unboxing video, I put a new thumbnail up that has a little box with purple wording on it, you know, like it's slightly cracked open and it says unboxing, right? So you can click on that. You're gonna have to research which deck it is, unfortunately, but it looks less messy than just seeing all of the different displays and stuff. So like when you tap on it and you open the box, so to speak, you see the display I've made and then you can watch the unboxing. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Maybe I'm cuckoo, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm a little bit fun and lazy, but I don't know. I'm just making up song lyrics at this point. So yeah, so I was doing that this morning, down the rabbit hole, creating, and having fun with it, but really trying to decide energetically, where do I want this channel to go? How do I want YouTube to be? Do I want to be grabbing people with forward, eye-catching thumbnails, or do I want to be grabbing people with peaceful? I think I want the people that are going to go for the peaceful stuff. The people that are going to be more drawn in because they see the soft pink hue and go, daily tarot reading forecast, what is this? This is quiet. This might be beautiful. This might, you know, I don't know, I just feel like something in my intuition tells me that the people that are going to need to be here are going to be drawn to those pictures versus the people that are looking for like, tell me if I'm pregnant, tell me if he's cheating. That's not who I am. I mean, I don't mind doing pregnancy guesswork and stuff in private readings and stuff, or doing relationship assessments in readings and privately for people, but I'm not going to be one of those readers that sort of creates pick-a-cards around, you know, I don't know, is he cheating or is he thinking about me? I don't, you know, I'd rather do them around personal success, where do I need to heal my heart, those sort of things. You know what I mean? So those are the changes that are happening over on YouTube. That's why I'm late, that's why I'm not going to church, and that's why I'm a sinner, basically, today. But Sven saves sinners. Say that 10 times fast. I have this shirt now so I can skip church, I found out. So, hey Anne, how are you? Good morning. Good morning, Karen. Hey Kristen, good morning. Kristen, are you watching from your TV? Did you see the new banner? Because I know you watch from your TV, and maybe you're not. You like the light. Which light, Marita? Good morning, Ramona. Oh my God, Beyonce Knowles is here! Shut up! Oh my God, Beyonce! Yes, you can have a reading. I love that your name is Beyonce Knowles. You are the Queen of Wands, bitch. Oh my God. That is so fierce. Beyonce Knowles, you get a reading at the end. I have to do first the forecast. My name is Engelgeist. This is Engelgeist. Beyonce Knowles is in the room, guys. It's fierce. Can't you feel the energy of Beyonce being here? Like, I can, okay? I talk about Beyonce all the time. Beyonce is on my phone. Hold on one second. Just to show you guys. Beyonce gives the best fucking side eye ever. And so in my photos, I have way back here where I will post crazy shit. If I can find it really quickly. Sorry to waste time on this. This is so stupid, but there is some Beyonce side-eye pictures that I have that I use online all the time. It's brilliant. I don't even know if I can find them. They're so far back here. I always have to dig them up, but I have like 3 or 4 of the Beyonce side Knowles side eye that is just my favorite in the whole wide world. I love her. She's fierce. She's just amazing in general. I love her because she's sort of like female sexuality unapologetic, female power unapologetic, female just everything unapologetic. And she runs the world. Like, who runs the world, girls? Like this one. Can you see that? Like, fierce side eye with the wind in her hair, mind you. On the mic going like, excuse me, bitch. So I love that Beyonce Knowles, or somebody with the name Beyonce Knowles, is in my room. Oh no, I don't think it's really Beyonce, you guys. No, I'm just like stoked that somebody with that name showed up in my room. I don't think it's the actual real Beyonce. I think she's at 9:45. Well, actually, she's probably in New York with Jay-Z right now. It's probably 11:45. She's probably brunching somewhere. Actually, Beyonce may actually have Blue, Ivy, and be in church like a good woman would. Me, I'm not such a good woman, so I'm not in church. But I do love that your name is Beyonce Knowles, and that's your YouTuber tag. I think that's fierce. So, because Beyonce is fierce. And it's probably a 300-pound dude named Tiny, right? That has the name Beyonce Knowles on YouTube. And I think that's fierce, okay? So, I know, and you're Kim Kardashian, Ann. And well, Ann, we know that you're not really Ann, too, but that's okay. I'll keep that secret. But, I just like that somebody on YouTube has that as their name. I think that's fierce. So we're gonna do the 3-card forecast first. For those of you that are new, for Beyonce, her celebrity self, her what do they call it? Not the paparazzi, the Illuminati. For her Illuminati loving self, I'm going to explain who I am and what I do. My name is Dan. I am the spiritual meteorologist. That's sort of the joke around here, but I kind of try and take it seriously. I look at the energetic forecast of the day for you guys. On Sundays, we do the energetic forecast of the week. We're looking at the cards for the week, what we can expect as far as the energy for the collective, for all of us watching, not only all of us, those that are watching live right here, right now, but also those that may tune in later, all right? So at any point in time, that's what I request and intend from Spirit, both in meditation and as I shuffle. So I'm going to pull 3 cards this morning. This is going to be, each card represents about 1 or 2 days of the week. Some of you, it might only be 1 day. Some of you, it could be the entire week. It's going to be interesting or different for each person, and each person is going to experience it in their own interesting sort of ways, right? So it is a broad overview of the week, or the underpinning energy of what we will be experiencing during the week. I will then every morning pull an extra card, like pull a different card per day, which adds to that the underpinning energy that we see this morning. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's get started. I want to do our 3 breaths in the morning. Hey Tam R, how are you? Please like, share, subscribe, especially if you guys are asking for a reading. Subscriptions are always nice and trade for readings, but right now I'm doing the morning forecast. And if you look at some of my videos on Fridays and Saturday nights, I do charm readings and I do free cards then. But let's do the breath work first. We always do this breath work every morning to get centered and brought into present time. If it helps to touch your body, to bring yourself, your attention back onto your body, that's always a good thing. I do that sometimes, it helps me. We're going to take 3 deep breaths, deep in through the nose, all the way into the belly, and exhale out the mouth. As we're doing that, the intention is to breathe in positive energy, new, fresh, present time energy. Exhale stale, outdated, or other people's energy that's in our space that we no longer need, okay? Those of you that know about grounding can run a grounding cord from the base of your spine, your first chakra, all the way down into the planet, all the way to the center of the earth, and just allow and intend for that energy, anything that doesn't serve you anymore, to go down that cord of energy and be sort of recycled by the planet, okay? The earth will know what to do with it, okay? So we can release it and let it go. And as we're at the top of the breath, we're going to hold for a moment just to let that oxygen permeate our bloodstream and our brain, so we can better hear the message this morning. And we're going to thank those three components, the Holy Trinity of the mind, or the body, the mind, and the spirit. Okay? So join me in that if you would like to do so. Beyonce, you do whatever you can, well, please, girl, because you're Beyonce. But if you want to join us in breathing, I would be honored. And Tamar, welcome. I see that you are new, and I welcome you to the channel and to the forecast. I'd be happy to pull a card for you, but let me just do this. Let me do this forecast first, okay? So let's close our eyes, and wherever we're seated, place our feet firmly on the floor. That also helps to ground us. If we're standing, that's okay too. Just bring our consciousness, our awareness back to our body. Again, like I said, you can place your hand on your body, on your hip, on your thigh, wherever, just to kind of remember that we're right here, right now, in this present moment. We don't have to be in next week worrying about what's going on, or tomorrow. We don't have to be in an hour ago about that fight we had with that bitch. You know, we can just be here right now, okay? So let's take in that first deep breath, deep into the belly. And exhale, thanking the body for the beautiful vehicle that it is, for the God-created, soul-created, wonderful tool that we have to carry us through this three-dimensional universe that we live in currently. Let's take in a second breath for the mind and hold at the top, breathing in that positive energy. And release. Thanking the mind for all of the work that it does for us, both in thought, in discernment, in worry. I mean, all of it. Be grateful for all of it. Even the stuff when our mind is in fear and driving us crazy. Be grateful for that. It's teaching us something at every point in time, okay? And, you know, I had a thought, or I just had a little visual as I was doing that second breath. On this third breath, what I want you guys to do now is that sort of a next step activity for some of you that want to join me, is we're going to take in this third breath deep into the belly, and as we hold it, I want you to imagine light expanding from your fourth chakra or your heart space out into your body, okay? So let's take in that deep breath of positive energy. And imagine that light expanding out throughout your body. And release. Exhaling all that breath. And thanking the spirit, thanking our soul for all the work that it does for us, all the guidance, all of the support that it gives us, both known and unknown throughout this lifetime. Okay, let's open our eyes. Welcome back. I don't know how you guys felt about that little light trick, but I think we're moving on to a next step or a next phase. We just did have a new moon last night. So maybe that's something that we're adding to our breathing practice. Maybe some of you are ready to start to shine your light a little bit more and more. We're going to start to visualize and shine it from here and just let it spread throughout our body. And remember that this is our own light. This is not coming from an external source. This is coming from an internal source, okay? We are at the 29th of September, guys. The month is ending. Crazy, crazy. Let me shuffle the cards to get the forecast out. I've been a little chatty this morning. I'm sorry. Spirit, please give us a card or cards for this week, the energy of this week, for those of us that are watching and those of us that may tune in later at any point in time in the future. I love that your name is Beyonce Knowles. I think that is so fierce. All right, so I'm going to say this. The energy on the cards feels a little bit heavy, a little dense. Like, I have a feeling this might be a meaty week for some of you, if that makes any sense. Like, that there might be a lot of work to be done, a lot to get accomplished, a little bit of a push. Like, if we're trying to finish some stuff out, we might be needing to push ourselves a little bit this week. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of resistance, but it just feels like this is going to be a week of productivity for some of us, or maybe most of us. Getting things done, getting things accomplished, getting things achieved, working really hard for those things, and really putting in like elbow grease and effort. Does that make sense? So, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, Anne-Marie's saying. I don't feel whammies, dear. I feel just like intensity in the cards, like that work is getting done. I don't know what y'all's new moon manifestations were last night, but it feels like you might kick that activity into high gear to try and get it moving or happening. Those of you that want stuff, this week feels like to me, it's the week to go out and get them. Okay, if that makes any sense at all. All right, so let me pull the 3 cards and we'll look at what we've got. Now, for those of you who are new, like I said, each card represents for about a day or two. Okay, that's the ideal forecast. Some of you might stay stuck in a card only for a little bit. Some of you might experience only one card the entire week. We all move at different paces at different times. There's no comparison or judgment. It's all, it's all good in the hood, so to speak. But this is just a broad overview for the collective, okay? So I'm going to switch cameras on you guys, so you guys I'm going to do the overhead camera since we have the 3 cards today and see how well that works. So we're going to start, this is our first week card, our first of the week. So starting today, what we have, oops, she's upside down. That's okay. We have Janet Frame, which is belonging. And what I think about Janet, let me just bring her up here to show you guys. Do you see her? I love that she has all these little angels. They look sort of like, that's the first thing that I noticed right out of the gate, is that she's got all these little spirit guides all around her, all these little angels blessing her. I don't know what y'all did last night in your new moon intentions, or maybe you did nothing, but you're just feeling good. I feel like a lot of you that are watching right now, or those of you that are going to tune in, you're surrounded by spirit. That's definitely like what I'm getting off of this card. I also see like there's nature, like the butterflies, which is the symbol of transformation, and she's holding this eel and she's in the water. And it's sort of the belonging idea of this. I'm not familiar with who Janet Frame is, but look at the smirk on her face. She's sort of owning shit from standing in the river. She's like, I'm standing in the river and I don't give a shit. She almost looks like she said, saying like, I pee-peed in the river. But like, here's the thing. What I feel like this is I feel like this is fun for us. This week might be fun for us, or the next few days we might be able to stand in our own emotions. This river to me is like sort of maybe the murkiness of our emotions, but Janet don't give no fucks, right? Janet doesn't care. She's having a good time. She's holding this eel, like she is just like owning this eel, right? Oh, I can't see the chat box. I don't know if you guys think I'm absolutely crazy or not. But these are like, to me, these aren't necessarily angels. They might be like elementals, fairy spirits, because we've got the ladybugs here. We've got the butterflies, which are the symbol of transformation. But I look at these as little spirits, whether they're elementals like fairies or angels. It's all sort of like winged spiritual stuff that's sort of guiding us, helping us, protecting us, and allowing us to maybe go deep, climb into the river of our murky emotions, dig out some of those eels, and be in control. And I feel like Janet's good. She feels like she belongs. There's also these 2 faces down here in the bottom of the cards, which are looking up at her. So it feels like her past is staring her in the face a little bit. But again, she doesn't care. She's okay with it. There's a peace with her. She's standing, and there's also all of these reeds back here, or this growth back here says to me, not only does it look like there's growth present, but it also looks a little bit like fire in a way. Like she's on fire this week. We can be on fire with like sort of almost controlling our emotions, or looking at our emotional selves and not letting it sort of overtake us. Does that make sense? Like we can belong to our emotions can belong to us, but they don't have to rule us. We can stand within them, we can own them, accept them, and have them, but we don't have to necessarily let them rule us. They belong to us, they don't rule us, is the message that I'm getting right now. And her holding this eel, I would be interested in looking up eel medicine, just what an eel might represent medicinally, you know, like in the native traditions. But she is holding this eel as if she is in control and as if she is sort of like, to me, it feels like where I would go with this is if anything comes up or creeps up on us emotionally that might have been shocking or upsetting to us in the past or caused us discomfort, we don't necessarily have to allow that to do that to us. We can grab that eel by the balls and be like, not today, eel. All right? So that's your first card, okay? The second card for the midweek is Peacock. All right, Peacock is pretty simple. I mean, like, let's just look at our beauty this week. Let's like appreciate ourselves this week. Let's be full of ourselves this week. We're allowed to, like, this to me says that we're allowed to sort of toot our own horns, so to speak, acknowledge our beauty, acknowledge our gracefulness, spread our like feathers out and maybe do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. This would be our midweek. So I think some of this working here with Janet Frame and figuring out where we belong and who's in charge here. Is it our emotional selves or is it us? Embracing that part of us and understanding the beauty and finding maybe the humor in it allows us by midweek to get to this place of being this peacock where we're able to sort of relish in our beauty of who we are, what we are, how we feel, and shine in it, right? I would also be interested, for those of you that want a deeper meaning, I would look up peacock medicine in the Native American beliefs. There must be a lot of that. To me, this card also feels like similar to like royalty in a way. I don't know why. It's these four little prongs that are sticking up out of the peacock's head. It's making me think of a crown. So like treating ourselves like the royalty that we deserve to be treated. And you know, and it's funny that we're talking about royalty when we have Miss Beyonce Knowles in the room today. I'm just saying. So, I think it's about treating ourselves like the queen bee that we think we are. Acknowledging our beauty, fanning it out, and letting the world see it like a peacock would, right? The beauty of that. All right, so that's your midweek card. And I know last week y'all fucked with me and you got to the end of the week card by midweek. So I don't know what y'all are going to do this week. But the manifestations, whatever you guys were working on last night, I think that there is some benefit and beneficial things happening. There's some work happening. And then this is our end of the week card. Oops, sorry. It's Lantern. And this is a very obvious card to me. This is about letting our light shine. This is about right here. Okay. So Peacock to me is us shining for ourselves and being aware of our own beauty and our own sort of like display of that. Almost in a braggarty kind of way, and that's okay. We're allowed to own our shit and own our attributes, our capabilities, and be proud of them, and maybe even be a little flashy about them in the midweek. Like prove to others this is why I'm deserving. Show others unabashedly, without any shame. This is why. Like she's coming up out of this dirty old river. Like she's like, fuck you. I'm not doing this anymore. And we're gonna peacock by the midweek and that's okay. By the week's end, we settle down a little bit and we become this lantern where we love ourselves. We are the light, we know the light, and it's funny because today's meditation, I said, let's bring in a little light and let that emanate from us. By week's end, this is sort of the containing of that peacock energy and allowing it to sort of shine brightly, yet it's not as flashy, right? It's almost like it's more settled into who we are. And from that, not only do we cast our own light from within ourselves in a beautiful way, and in a controlled and sort of very accepted way from ourselves towards ourselves, but we also light the way and path for others. And that's really key. The top of my head is being touched right now, like I can feel it. So I want you guys to understand that when we get to the end of the week and we are, hopefully most of us or all of us are believing in ourselves and we're seeing our beauty because we had those moments where we could relish it and really share it with others and just put it on display, we're then able to bring it in towards ourselves, be appreciative of it from our own perspective for ourselves, value it, protect it, but also as we're doing that, what we're inadvertently doing it with this lantern card is we are shining outward into the world and we are shining sort of the path for others. We're teaching others inadvertently without like necessarily consciously teaching them, but just by being who we are and letting our light shine, we are shining for teaching others how to find their light and to allow their light to shine. We like enable them to do that, okay? One of my favorite quotes, I'm just going to read it to you because it ties in. It's actually pinned here on my wall. I'll show you guys really quick. If you can, oh, that's the wrong camera. Sorry, I'm like moving the wrong camera. Let me swing this way. Y'all see a little bit behind the scenes, but I'm going to show you. See that blue piece of paper there? This is a quote that I'm going to read to you right now, that blue piece of paper. I have it laminated, and it's a quote that I live by, or that I love by, or that I try and live by. Sorry, guys. Swing this camera around. So this is the quote. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we consciously give people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Okay? And that's kind of what I feel like with this lantern card. That's something that I had laminated and posted to my wall. I believe it. The lamination piece is quoted to Nelson Mandela, but I've also heard that that's potentially a Marianne Williamson quote that he might have used in a speech. So, either way, it's a quote that I find very beautiful, and it's a quote that I live by and I try and remind myself of all of the time. That's why it hangs there on my wall, so that I see it every day, and it reminds me to shine my light and to in effort, as I work on shining my own light, I then hopefully liberate others to find and shine in their own light. So that's what this works. That's what this is looking like to me this week. We're gonna get a little bit into our emotions, into the murky waters of some stuff, but we're not gonna let it get us down. We're gonna have a good laugh at it. We're gonna understand that. Oh, wait a second. This belonging card says to me that we start off with a little bit more power, a little bit more effort, but we realize who belongs to who here, who's in charge, who gets to make the choice, and from there we get to Peacock. I'm just going to read Janet Frame's because I don't know all of the literary witches, so I do want to read Janet Frame's story just to learn a little bit about who she is. Let me find her. Janet Frame, belonging. Being at home, being a stranger, knowing yourself. Janet Frame, who lived from 1924 to 2004, was born to a large poor family on a New Zealand farm. Her brother had epilepsy, and two of her sisters drowned in adolescence. Misdiagnosed with schizophrenia, Frame spent most of her 20s in psychiatric wards receiving 200 electroshock treatments and narrowly escaping a lobotomy. After her release, she pursued a solitary life and wrote autobiographical fiction about hospitalization and the displaced self. So I feel like this is about her taking control of her situation. This is about her holding that eel. That's definitely the electroshock stuff that she dealt with. But I feel like this is why I said, like, we're going to grab some of the things that we used to find shocking and we're going to take control of them. We don't belong to those things or those events or experiences. They belong to us. We take control over them. We get to smirk and smile and grow up out of the depths of our emotion. And we are guided and we are protected. There's transformation here. These butterflies are all over. Butterfly is a symbol of transformation, guys. So you can certainly transform a lot of the stuff that maybe was haunting you or bothering you emotionally. Come up out of it, have a laugh about it, and get to peacocking and then shining your light by week's end. Now tune in every morning so that we can see what the cards are and the underpinning of the daily cards are, because they will only add to these 3 cards. We are going to wind down with the literary witches, and we're going to move on to a different deck because it's going to be October and I'm going to move to a different whoops, I just turned off OBS. No, I need just the chat. We are going to switch decks up for October. So that will be changing. But you'll see that as you watch. Okay? Now, Miss Beyonce Knowles, I want to give you a reading. If you're still here, if you haven't run off to a concert, or if Blue Ivy isn't attracting your attention, I just want to give you a reading because I love that your name is Beyonce Knowles. We've been visited by royalty. Let me grab a deck really quick. Which deck do I want to do? I want to do the vibrational energy deck for Miss Beyonce Knowles. We're going to check her vibrational energy today, make sure she's feeling good, ready to cut an album. Beyonce, you here, girl? Ducky says over on YouTube, beautiful message. Thank you, Dan. You're welcome, Ducky. No horse pucky here, right? You are still here. Damn it. Awesome, Beyonce. Let's pull a card for you. One moment. Just because you're new to the channel, and I love that you named yourself Beyonce. And I really, really do hope you are a 300-pound man named Tiny, named Beyonce Knowles. And if you're not, I'm just going to pretend that you are, if that's okay. All right. Spirit, thank you for that reading. Please give me a card for Beyonce Knowles. Or Tiny. What energy does Beyonce need to know for herself specifically? And we're talking about Spirit, we're talking about the Beyonce Knowles on YouTube, not the real Beyonce Knowles, because she doesn't actually need tarot cards, because that bitch is in charge. So do not worry, Spirit. We are just looking at the Beyonce Knowles that lurks around on YouTube looking for free cards, not the one that is, ruling the world. Thank you, Spirit. I understand that you understand that. I just wanted to be clear because I didn't want there to be any confusion, because I got so excited that Beyonce Knowles visited our chat room today. We have been visited by a celebrity. Let's see what's going on. I always say, it only takes one Kardashian. It only takes one Beyonce Knowles for you to blow up. And this could be the real Beyonce Knowles. Oh my God! We got one of my favorite cards of the deck. This came up last night in the Charm Divination. This is Upon a Star. Out of all of these cards, this card keeps showing up. I'm going to say this, Beyonce. Maybe it is the real Beyonce. And if it isn't, you got some star-like energy, girl. You've got some energy, or guy, whoever's behind that moniker. I don't know. But this card is like, when I think about this, I said this last night, it makes me think of that Walt Disney song, When You Wish Upon a Star, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Basically, this says your dreams will come true. Basically, this says that you have the energy and the brightness, and you can shine in such a way, similar to like that peacock card that we saw this week for the midweek. It's like you've already got that. You've got that polish. You've got the balls. You've got the panache or the chutzpah to even walk around YouTube with the name Beyonce Knowles, right? I feel like there is this energy about you that is bright and shiny and lovely and wonderful. And you can utilize that energy to create bright and shiny and lovely and wonderful things, not only in your life, but in the lives of others. And that's similar to that lantern energy that I was talking about. This also coincides to that quote that I was talking about. So I think that this forecast for you really fits because this card backs that up. It says to me that you might not necessarily be as emotionally screwed up as some of the other people. That came out wrong. The Janet Frame card in the beginning of the week, you might not be dealing with it. You might already be a peacock girl. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that you might already be at the peacock energy, like you probably are flashy. Not flashy in a bad way, but you shine, you attract attention, you are able to do good work, you are able to shine your light. You're okay with it, you're accepting of it, you're good with it. People are attracted to you or they notice you. Whether you want them to or not, they notice you. And I feel like you are a bright, shining light to others. And maybe what I'm hearing is sometimes you forget that. And I think that this card is here to remind you of that. Sometimes you might get caught in your own problems or the own downsides of life, and you forget that you have the ability to shine bright and to create and to wish upon a star and have those things come in. Okay? So I think this week for you, Peacock is a key card for you. Not to be like all in your face and braggarty and bad, but remember that you shine bright. You know, remember that you are like just a star, basically. And I mean that like both. I think it's funny that I'm calling somebody with the name Beyonce Knowles a star, but just shine your light bright and remember to like stay focused on your wishes, stay focused on your dreams, stay focused on your desires, stay focused on what makes you feel good, what makes you feel bright and shiny and good, and bring that to yourself. And when you do that, you also inevitably help to bring that to others, or you help to remind and awaken others around you that they can do that for themselves. Okay? So that's your card. Please give me a subscribe, dear, because I would love to have a drop in from Beyonce every once in a while, because I love her so much. Tam R says, I need that Beyonce energy. Okay? Tam R, since you're new here, I will pull you a card too, just because I love my YouTubers and I want YouTube subscriptions. Please hit the subscribe and the bell. I will do a vibrational energy card for you too, Tam R. And let's see what's going on for Tam R. Thank you, Spirit, for that. Beyonce thanks you. She doesn't need much, but she thanks you for that card. She, Blue Ivy, Jay-Z. Thank you. Now may I please have a card that best represents the vibrational energy of Tam R? What does Tam R need to know right now? Thank you guys for sticking with me through this while I do these cards for these viewers. We don't normally do this, but it's, you know, it's nice to have a couple of new YouTubers in here for the morning forecast. Tamar, I feel like I want to say you need to stop being so serious. Ooh, girl. Okay. So yours is cellular collapse. Where is that Wish Upon a Star card? This is like the opposite of that. I don't mean that in a bad way, but to me it's like I feel like something needs to be let go of. When I look at cellular collapse, did you see how Wish Upon a Star had all of that emanating light coming from it? You have this emanation coming from you also. It's like a sacred geometry. But in the center of this card, there is this pain, there is this sadness, there is this almost inflammation that's happening. And that's what I mean by cellular collapse, is it's sort of like if we stay focused on what's not working, if we are being too serious, if we are taking things a little bit too much to heart, we're taking it in too deeply, it's actually hitting us at a body level, and we might be experiencing some sort of bodily issues, health issues, sick, getting under the, finding yourself under the weather. But this to me says that the body is responding to you. Your body component is responding to you, reminding you that you have this light in you and you're blocking it. See this light here? I'm sorry, I'm not holding the card up high enough. This white light here is being blocked by this aggravation, this pain, this inflammation that's going on. And that is emanating out into your auric field, into your vibrational energy, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. This is not a bad card. This is a warning card. This is a card that says, hey, Tamar, you need to your body is sending your signals right now that whatever it is that you're doing, you need to sort of shift it. You want to sort of bring this light forward. Don't concentrate on what's not working. Concentrate on what's beautiful and bright and shiny about you. Does that make sense? So when you just said in that comment, I need that Yonsei energy, you're right, you do. Because what you're doing is you're projecting a different energy. It's not that it's bad or wrong, it's an energy that's not necessarily as beneficial for you as it could be. You have beneficial energy back here. This white light is definitely telling me that you have that Yonsei energy. You're just having issues with accessing it right now because the center or your center is too focused on either past pain, aggravation, frustration, anger, maybe fear, but those emotions that create sort of inflammation, and then from there on a bodily level that energy then starts to affect the body and cells begin to collapse. We start to get sick, we deal with health issues, that sort of a thing, right? And so just be aware of that. You get to choose. You get to choose what you focus on. That's what this card also tells me. Do we focus on the inflammation and the pain and the aggravation, or do we focus on the light? Which one are we going to emanate? But as we emanate it out, and also I want to say too, this dark purple around the outer rim here says to me that there might be stuff in your environment that dictates to you a little bit about how you experience things. And that's sort of that Janet Frame card in the beginning of the week. It's like taking control of your environment and understanding where you belong in things. The Yonsei card or the Pawn of Star card, she understands she is the center of her universe and she creates from there. What you're doing is you're allowing the darkness of your environment to sort of add to your frustration and anger or sadness or whatever it is that's causing that inflammation, and it's blocking your light, okay? And therefore it could create health issues or issues on a bodily level that you might be dealing with. Right? I don't want to freak you out. This is not a bad card. This is just a card that's like telling you, hey, pay attention to what you're doing and what you're focusing on, because you are a creator. You do have a light and you do have the ability to create, and sometimes you create so well that when you are focusing on the negative, you're actually creating more negative for yourself, and it's going to have a physical effect on you that you don't really want. And it sort of like reaffirms, but you can shift all that. All right? Everybody's quoting Beyonce. Who knew Beyonce was going to show up this morning? You're welcome, Beyonce. So, Tamar, I don't know if this makes sense to you. I don't know if you are feeling sick or under the weather or feeling agitated, but that is this card for you, okay? Hi, Julie Barnett. How are you? Did you, Rose asks, what's the last card of the deck? You mean the bottom of the deck energy, Rose? It's interesting that you asked that, and I'm glad that you did. It's called Shifted. So this would be sort of the antithesis of that card, Tamar. This shows me a woman who's in her golden energy, in her third eye with the energy, and she's focusing on what she wants with intention and attention on what is right, and she's like sort of making her energy golden, and she's shifting it. She's changing it. This card says we have the power to change it. Okay, thank you for pointing this out, Rose. You psychic little wonder from all the way wherever you are. I wouldn't have thought to do this, so very good, because this totally ties into Tamar's reading. Tamar, you're getting like more than one card, but that's okay, because this is the answer, is you have the power to shift it. You have to do it from up here, honey. You have to do it from your pineal gland, and not from your pineal gland. I don't want you to think that like it's some hard thing, or where's my pineal gland? But do it from your space of mental intention and attention. What you put your attention on, what is what you're going to build more of. Okay, so you have the power to set the intention, set the attention, and work from up here, from your heart, from your head, wherever you need to work from, to start to spin that energy and to clean it out and to bring yourself into a brighter space and bring that Yonsei energy all up in your space too. Okay, because she is a powerful woman. Look at how beautiful she looks. Sorry about the glare on the cards, guys, but she is a powerful woman, and that's the bottom of the deck energy. This applies to basically all of you. Okay, but especially to Tamar's. Thank you for pointing that out, Rose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think we lost. Oh, there she is. Oh, Tamar, you are still here. All right, so please, thank you for the. Tamar says so accurate. Thank you. I like to hear that. Thank you for that validation. Please tune in. I do this every morning. I also do special events. They're going to be, I think, Friday and Wednesday nights, but I do charmings. I'm also available for private readings. You guys know that. Um, let's watch how the week unfolds, guys. You know, we'll be here tomorrow for the forecast in the morning. I am going to try and put up the taroscopes today. I'm going to start them. I got lost down a rabbit hole of thumbnails. Please go by and check out the YouTube channel and the changes that I put up there and let me know what you think. If you guys like the new thumbnails, they say that you're supposed to make these thumbnails that fully attract people and draw them in, but I'm not that kind of person. I want to attract the people that are going to see the pink or the light blue and go, oh, that looks peaceful. I want to go in there and tap the video. And then they see what a, goofball I am and maybe appreciate me and stay. But I don't really want to be like clickbaiting people. Does that make sense? So I want my followers or my subscribers to be people that come to me because they want to hear the message and they understand that it's of value. So that's the intention with the more subdued thumbnails. I'll probably get scolded by my YouTube guru because they told me to work on thumbnails. But these are the thumbnails that I feel like I'm most in line with vibrationally. So I'm going to stick with that and be true to myself and see what that creates. All right, you guys. So that's everything in a nutshell for today. Thank you for being patient. Sorry I got on late. I will see you guys tomorrow in the morning. Thank you, Beyonce, for taking time out of your busy schedule to drop by and say hello. Please drop a new album. I can't wait. I live for it. Do you really have hot sauce in your bag, Swag? That's what I always wonder. I kind of hope you do. All right. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. All right? And all of my contact information is in the links that have been being posted by Ducky. So you guys can get a hold of me then. Margot Mandel asks, how do I get a card reading? Margot, we normally do card readings in the evenings during the Charmed events. Those would be on Wednesday and Friday nights. This morning I did a couple of card readings for a few YouTubers that showed up because they had great names like Beyonce Knowles. And I am looking to build my YouTube presence. So I did cards for them. If you wanted a private reading, all my information is located in the Engelgeist links. I can put that in here. I do private readings, and those are more in-depth and more personally suited for you versus these broader spectrum single card pulls. Okay? So that's how you do it. This is the morning forecast. I do this every morning. So basically if you go back and watch this video, there is a 3-card pull that has happened. That is the forecast of the energy of the week for the collective of everybody who has come in. The intention is it's the forecast for the energy of everybody who has come in contact with this video. So if you are not going back and watching this and you're just dropping in and going, can I have a free card? You're going to miss out because there is a forecast of 3 cards and a very good reading here that applies to you because you have stopped by. Okay? So you've gotten a reading, you just don't know it yet. And if you just keep running from room to room trying to gather up free readings, you're probably not going to get very many answers anyways. So I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I'm just saying go back, watch this video, and watch the reading that took place, and that will show you the energy that's going to happen for the collective for the week. Tomorrow I'll do another video that will have a single card for that day. That's the purpose of these morning forecasts and why I get up in the morning. But you're also welcome to follow the business page, hit the bell, and you'll be alerted whenever I go on. And that's when you'll find out, like, sort of when I'm doing free card pulls or things of that nature. And that way you can get a free card at one of those times. Okay? Have a great day, you guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. I need to go do these tarot-scopes. That's another form of free card readings that I do every month. So once I get the October tarot-scopes listed and up on YouTube, you can go and watch them there. Those are free readings. Those are 6-card readings for each sign for 12 months, for the 12 months of the year, or the 12 zodiac signs. So, there you go. There's a lot of free content if you go and look at the YouTube page. There's pick-a-cards there that are fun. There's a lot of stuff. But I am going to sign off. Go back and watch the forecast. And at some point, if you keep following, I'll probably pull a card for you. All right? Have a great day, and have a great Sunday. Have a great week, you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.